This is about as close to you guys as I can.
Yes. Sorry. You're harnessed. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Oh, that first one kind of finicky, but I have the other one.
They usually are.
So many.
Ginger it.
Yeah.
To do it.
There we go.
Right. Also graduated from
So I'll introduce, this is Nicole from Preime. Emma, based out of Dubai, but she's from Florida.
Yeah, I live in Florida. Even though they feel the same.
Yeah. I always imagine Dubai more dry. Is it humid or?
It's so humid. Everybody thinks it's dry, and when you go, it's like 100% humid. It's awful.
We've been
Many times.
Your company.
Before and with.
Always the skyline always looks amazing.
It's an amazing place. And what I love about it is that you can literally like leave your wallet on the table.
What's that?
You can just like go to the bar and leave your wallet, and like no one will touch it.
Oh,
It's so safe.
Wow.
It's an amazing place. Yeah. All right, guys. So are we live on YouTube, Lindsey? Is the link live?
Yep.
All right. Cool. Welcome to our event today. My name is Nicole Simpson. I work with Emma Aesthetics. We are not a new company, but we're new to the US. So Emma has been around for about 5 years. They're based in Ireland with operational offices in Dubai. And now we're, again, in the States. We launched about a year ago. And we are really excited to be the leaders in regenerative aesthetics. So that's a lot of what we're going to talk about today. My background is in biochemistry, exosomes, a lot of genetic science. So if you have any questions, like please ask. Like, I would love, since we're a small group, we can really kind of like deep dive. I know whenever we talk about exosomes, there are always questions in the room because it's still very much the Wild West. I'm hoping to be able to like answer some of the stuff today. My background, I started off 20 years ago, almost 21 years now, as an esthetician. And I was behind the chair for a couple of years and then very quickly decided I didn't love it. Because I was not equipped to be a Buddhist therapist. So when you get people relaxed, and you start, everybody's laughing because they know. And you start to hear the life stories and all of that. And I was like, I love what I do, but I was more interested on like the scientific side. So I got picked up by industry. I worked for Pierre Fabre, then I worked for L'Oreal, where I was the global VP of business development for pharmaceuticals. I traveled and managed 37 countries around the world, and then I joined Emma. So with Emma, I do a lot of things. I do product development, I do education and business development for the company. And a lot of the products here I actually made with Emma, and you'll get to hear all about them today. So Emma, like I said, is not new in the world, but it's probably new to you guys. The two gentlemen on the screen are our founders. You have Elias Trentini, the gentleman on the left. He's also been around for about 25 years. He was heavily involved in creating mesotherapy a long time ago. He was the first one to ever commercialize PDRN in the Middle East. And then Malcolm, the gentleman on the right, he's our CEO. He comes from outside of the space, but a strong business background. And what we like about Malcolm is that he brings fresh eyes, and you can kind of see that throughout. Just like the way that we innovate, the way that we approach the market is just kind of different than maybe what other traditional companies do. So one of the things that we like to always do is be provider first. A lot of companies are really good at selling and moving boxes, and that's good because we all have to make money, but we won't sell you the box if we haven't torture tested it with a lot of providers across the board, doctors, nurses, estheticians, scientists, you name it. We realize that you guys are the ones that hold the relationship with your patients, So if we give you something that you love, your clinic and your clients will benefit from that. Also, because we're an international company, we operate at a much higher standard of safety because we have to. Because we're incorporated in Ireland, so we follow the EU standard, which means we can't really do anything unless it's really been tested. So we go above and beyond. We're fully registered with US FDA, Chinese FDA, Health Canada, and of course across Europe. But what I really want to focus on now is that with our products that you see here, especially because we do have human-derived products, we go the extra mile than maybe other competitors do. So everything is tested, final formula, lifespan, full biomarker analysis. We look and make sure that everything is, first of all, stable and active, does what it says it'll do, and it's safe to use. So we're very proud of that. We actually came to the market 18 months later than a lot of our competitors with our exosome because we were spending more time in the testing phase, and I'll explain what that looks like. So what you'll notice, and you have some, and the vials that are in front of you are yours to take home and play with. I hope you fall in love with them. Confident that you will. You'll notice that what you see on the screen are vials. We call them cocktails because that's kind of exactly what they are. If you're anything like me, I used to love just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and here you go, you look amazing. And we know a lot of providers like to have like their secret sauce. So for us, we have a full range of cocktails that you are using in the clinic, in your treatments. These do not go home for patients. That you can kind of pick and choose what your patient needs, what your client needs, so that you can customize the result that they get. So we have regenerative cocktails, we have very potent actives that I'll take you through, and some of our more advanced components. But for today, we're going to talk a lot about regenerative, right? And for us, you know, if our CEO were here, he'd have everybody laughing because he would tell you we have a pescatarian, vegan, and carnivore option of regenerative actives. We have a human-sourced exosome, we have a plant-based exosome, and then we have our same-manager PDRN. So before I go any deeper, I kind of just want to take a toll of the room. How many of you are working with exosomes now? How many what? Are you working with exosomes now? Got one, Heather, Lindsey. Okay, I've done it, but okay. Awesome. So then I have, I officially have until 7, right? So I'm going to go through some of this. I'm going to take my time with the exosomes. Ask away, right? Please. So as I mentioned before, my background is in biochemistry, but having worked at L'Oreal was really like the best experience you can have when it comes to doing things the right way. Like, I learned that you don't rush to the market with certain things. Like, you take your time and really like do the rigor before you launch a product. And we did the very same thing with Emma, especially when we were developing the exosome. So one of the things that I realized when we were first developing the exosome product, because as I said, we're a provider first, so we started bringing in doctors early, and we're like, what do you think? And I realized that there was a knowledge gap between like the semester or two of genetics you get in medical school and then like where the industry wants to go. And so we also realized we have a lot of competitors out there saying a lot of things that may not make sense. So we were like, how do we help, especially for me being in education for so long, like how do we help providers, first of all, understand if what you have in a vial is good, is it safe? And then how can you evaluate like, okay, I have these 5 different brands or types or sources of exosomes in front of me, then how do I evaluate if they're good, if it's safe, if they work? Like, so we created scopes as a backbone. This thing has significantly evolved since when we first wrote it, but when exosomes first came to the market, you probably heard a lot about source. Our exosome is better because it comes from, you name it, bone marrow, you heard Wharton's jelly, you heard adipose tissue, all of that. So source is important, but it's not the only thing that matters. Concentration matters, their efficacy, are they stable, are they pure, and what's their origin? And a lot of this matters. So for us, I'm gonna take you through ours, but I'm gonna use this as kind of like a platform to explain what it all really means, right? So our exosome, and you have them on your table in front of you, there's a bio called Pure. It's called Pure because it's the world's purest exosome. And we did that very intentionally. We vetted every supplier in the world until we found this one. So we come from umbilical cord blood plasma. And whenever you're dealing with, especially like a human-derived genetic material that is younger, it's always better. And I equate it to like PRP, right? So if you have a 65-year patient coming in and you're drawing the blood and you're spinning out the PRP, you're gonna get a good result because you're concentrating the PRP, but then you're only getting the quality and quantity of protein that her cells can create, or his cells can create. So you have a rate limiting factor. And when you have a baby, when things are nascent, this is the prime. You have quality, quantity, you're loaded with fresh material, and that makes a huge difference. So some exosomes in the market today will come from like adipose tissue, which are typically like liposome. Did I just say that? Liposuction donation. So these are adult donors. You don't see when kids have lipos. These are all adult donation, and bone marrow source is also adult donation. So, yeah. And so there's a lot that goes into that, right? So it's still, you want to think about baby, but whenever you say baby, everyone freaks out. Oh my gosh, is this like a Chinese aborted fetus from the back street in Hong Kong? No, it's not. But this is, I get access twice a week for 2 years. Because things have happened in the past, but that's it. The industry has changed today. And so people, when they hear baby, they want to know, like, was this ethical? Right? Did you do this the right way? And so I tell people, if you're evaluating an exosome, you always want to look at like either amniotic fluid, placenta, cord tissue, cord blood, or wart jelly. Because there you've got, as I said before, the most robust genetic profile inside of the exosome. But then you have to look at, okay, how was this sourced? So for us, we don't need a lot of cord, so we get consented ethical donations from mom C-section birth. One cord for us can give more than 1 trillion exosomes. We don't need a lot of exosomes in our stuff, so we're not constantly like needing cord. But the extraction makes the difference. So if you've worked with exosomes before, you'll notice that there's a big difference already. This is liquid. It's not a freeze-dried powder. Our exosomes are stable at room temp for 6 to 9 months, which is something I didn't believe either. I know you guys are like, how? I didn't believe it either until we saw the data. So if you think about cord is inside of mom for 9 months. It's warm in there. Exosomes are growing that baby. So our scientists actually challenged the thought that you needed to freeze dry an exosome to keep it stable. And what we found is that what causes the degradation of an exosome when it leaves the body is if you damage that exosome wall. And that gets damaged by things like freeze drying, using the centrifuge, and all of the extra steps in like cell culture. So here's the biggest difference. With our exosome, we'll get a unit of cord blood, it gets screened 3 times. So we do a questionnaire, and then we actually will test the blood 3 times and make sure that there's no risk of transfer of communicable disease. Once we know the sample's clean, then they will literally separate the plasma from the blood and filter the exosomes out of the plasma. Done. We go, it's kind of funny, like farm to table is like cord to bottle. But a lot of competitors don't do that because that's a patented process that our scientists created on their own. Go ahead.
How do you determine if there's any disease process going on? How do you distinguish that in the cord? You said you have red blood cells and you have exosomes and you rule out any possibility of diseases. How do you do that?
They test the cord blood from the mom 3 times. And they screen.
Well, how, you say you screen it and test it. What do you test it with?
I don't. It happens in the lab. I can give you the name of the test. Yeah. But it's your standard. I know they follow like international standard. It's all done through hospital.
Well, and it's nice to say that you test it, but I'd like to know how are you testing it without destroying it?
So the blood itself, is tested.
Well, yeah,
Very rare.
No, you're good.
Okay. Cool, front and center. Yeah, I will get the name of it's probably in my computer, but the actual testing, but they test the blood before we even extract an exosome, like that blood gets tested 3 times. Most companies will test it 1 time.
and the question, yeah, with chemicals, under a microscope, what,
All right.
I'm not sure. It's a good question. I will confirm. I actually have it in my computer. I will look at it when we take a break. So once we rule out a disease and the exosomes are harvested, that's it. We go to formula. But our competitors will do it very differently. So they'll take like the actual stem cells from the tissue, they culture it with fetal bovine serum, and then that's what really triggers the stem cell to release the exosomes, and they have to use a centrifuge to get the exosomes off, and that's where the walls start to break. And that's where the instability comes from, and then you freeze dry them and you get more instability there, which is also why you might see like billions and trillions of exosomes in a bio, because you need that many to get enough active material that hasn't been damaged to do good things in skin. So here, ours, you'll see the exosome range in our product line from 8 million to 33 million exosomes, okay? And with 33 million exosomes, because they're pure, we don't damage them, they're bioactive, they're stable, we're outperforming our competitors that have billions and trillions of exosomes. So it just shows you that the purity and how you extract it and your source make a huge difference. So people want to know what exosomes do, right? the answer is basically everything. But there's a short and a mid and a long term effect of an exosome. The short term is when you put it on or use it during a treatment or a procedure. They're very good at eliminating inflammation very quickly, swelling, redness, downtime. They will restore hydration very fast. Then you have your midterm where you start to see actual regeneration take place. So exosomes are very famous for taking a senescent cell or an older cell or a damaged cell and reverting it back by repairing that damage. And if it can't do that, it'll basically tell that cell to go and die, and it'll induce apoptosis. So in that kind of like mid, like 6 to 8 week mark, you will see skin regenerating, and at the 12-week mark, you see full regeneration of skin. You have a question, Mama? I see the wheels turning. Okay. So this is important to know with an exosome that you will have the short, mid, and long-term effects. So here, these are, because we're a European company, we are required to show our conservative before and after. But this was done with microneedling, 0.5 millimeters depth, enough to create the channel, and they were 4 weeks apart. So they have 2 doses of our exosome, but you can see, we did this to show that once the exosome goes in the skin and starts that regeneration process, you do have that kind of midterm regenerative effect. So an exosome will do a great job at targeting wrinkle depth and wrinkle frequency, but it's also good at revolumization and gelling. And that's something that other ingredients can't do. Yes.
if you want me to stop asking questions, I'll stop.
I welcome them. I may not have great answers for you. I'll do my best.
Do you have a photo of what an exosome looks like under like an electron microscope or something?
That's a broad question. Do I have one on me, or can I get you one? Have I seen one? Like, what do you want?
Can you get one or show one, or
I can get one.
I didn't expect you to have one on you.
I mean, can't rule that out either.
Yeah,
You don't have to take it on your form.
but is it a structure like DNA or what?
It's a
What kind of
lipid.
structure does it
It's a lipid bilayer,
have? Lipid bilayer.
and inside you have mRNAs and miRNAs and cytokines.
Okay, but it's contained within the lipid bilayer. Okay. And any idea of how many microns it is in size? Or?
Yes, this is a good question. I actually did know that number, and now it's out of my brain. I do have that number. I can share with you when we go on break. But an exosome doesn't have a nucleus. but it's filled, like I said, with mRNAs, miRNAs. Ours has more than 50,000 miRNAs inside because we
How many?
more than 50,000. We deep sequenced it, and it took 3 months to deep sequence it to mark all those 50,000 miRNAs and mRNAs.
Wow, okay.
Yep, and because safety for us was important, because we get asked questions that we technically can't answer, but we wanted to be able to answer, like cancer. That's another one I get 5 times a week. Does it cause cancer? Because exosomes make things grow. So this is live, okay, but this is like off the record.
Is this just for aesthetic indication or joint tendon indication as well?
This is topical use only.
Oh, topical.
I think Heather has other stuff.
Alright.
Yeah, for this is, so coming back to this, so with cancer, we were like, exosomes make things grow. No one's gonna do
When you say
that.
topical, is microneedling and then putting it on top, is that considered topical?
Yeah, we can inject them.
And of course, it's not energetic.
So we wanted to see like what happens. So we took, this was just really like lab with a glass of wine, right? But sharing with you what we saw. Petri dish, melanoma cells active in the Petri dish. We said, what happens? We threw our exosomes on them. In the first like few seconds, all of us freaked out. We had our own moment because we saw like a huge green flash and we were like, uh-oh. But then it immediately went away. And so the green flash was indicating the release of the mRNAs and the miRNAs. But after a 24-hour period, we saw, and again, this is Petri dish, this is not live skin, right? But we saw actual regeneration of the melanoma cells, showing that the exosomes could reverse some of the cancerogenic activity. And we
So
were
you said it
shocked.
works with what?
The melanoma cells, the cancerogenic activity of that cell.
It was killing,
It was stopping the tumorigenicity.
stopping their growth.
Yeah. And so we knew immediately that the exosome wouldn't cause cancer, but you can never empirically rule it out. Right? So we just finished another round of tests where we deep sequenced all of the mRNAs and we safety tested them in across the genes that produce those mRNAs, there was no tumorigenicity. So we can say on those genes, it's safe. But how many millions more genes do we have? And no company is impossible to prove. So safety for us was important. That's another reason why we chose cord blood. So if you go to the Cord Blood Banking Association website and you just look at all of the cord blood transplants that have happened from humans to humans, there's never been a case of cancer or really rejection from it at that number of cases. So we knew that we had all the potential sources, like this would be the safest one. Yeah. So
Is
that's
the competition from the placenta?
some different sources.
The other sources for
Some come from placenta.
topical?
For topical. Some come from placenta, some come from Gordon's jelly, some from bone marrow, some from adipose tissue.
Who sat here and came up with this concept of taking cord blood? Like, it was just sitting there like, let's see what this does.
Someone had that wonderful day. So a lot of this, and this is why you're seeing the big differences, even if you look, and this is me, you won't believe that I'm being non-biased, but coming from the industry, this is non-biased. Like, for us, if you compare like the rigor and the scientific elegance that we're putting in these products and compare it to other exosomes, you're gonna see a huge difference, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of the exosome companies, their first baby was like either orthopedic drugs, injections for joints, spinal cord injuries, dry eye, diabetic wounds, and because they were using the stem cells from wherever they could find a stem cell rich source. And once they started to realize like, okay, stem cells are regenerating because it's a stem cell and that's what they're supposed to do, they went deeper. So 20 years ago, we had stem cell skincare and it was good, but it wasn't great. So the scientists figured out that the stem cells are releasing the exosome and the exosomes carry the message, and that's like a potent version of that, and that's why you're starting to see this. But a lot of the companies out there are research labs for FDA making drugs, and they realize that skincare is a cash-based business. So they're like, let's make skincare creams and sell them. They work. They put an exosome in a bottle, the exosomes are active, they work, fine. But that doesn't necessarily mean you know what to do with skincare. There's a big difference. So it's just something you'll notice as you start to play with exosome products. There is a level of sophistication that we have as a company because we have industry experience versus maybe some of the others.
Do you use centrifugation to separate the stem cells of the exosomes from all the other plasma?
We don't.
ingredients?
We don't. We use filtration. We use filtration.
Filtration.
We use filtration. And that's a patented process to us.
Is this a prescription or are you selling it on
You can buy it.
Amazon?
No.
No.
You cannot buy it on Amazon.
Wow.
No. I mean, you can buy it through, like, are you a doctor? You can buy it from us directly.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
But if I was a patient, would I be buying it for self-use
No.
topic? So it would, so the best is to do microneedling and then use it, the whole vial at the time. Okay.
So in the vial, it's 4 cc's. You can get 2 treatments per vial, depending on how heavy-handed you are and the needs of your patient.
Huh?
You can send the rest home with them, you can stick it in the fridge and use it with somebody else.
What's the cost of this and how much do you charge?
You'll see at the end. Sorry.
And dessert.
I started with desserts.
I kind of party. Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh wait, there's more.
Okay, so another one of the products that we have, I didn't have any that were able to be shipped here in time, but I do want to talk to you about it. It's our Pure Bright. It's for hyperpigmentation. This product is awesome. So it's our human exosome with cysteamine for pigment, and really, like, I'll show you these before and afters. So this was, 2 sessions. 4
This
weeks
is
apart.
without pain.
So we have a pen that I'll show you. It's microneedling without needles. And we really use it just to create channels and infuse the actives, and you can see what it does. So for her, she's actually kind of like friends and family with us. She lives in Dubai, and we treated her with our Pure Bright, and you see the result after 2 treatments. They were 4 weeks apart. So the cysteamine is blended with tranexamic acid, and it is very good for her skin tone, her skin type. But you can also see the benefit of the exosomes. So exosomes are not going to necessarily erase hyperpigmentation, but what they will do is manage the inflammation and take away, like, a big contributing factor to it. They'll also heal the skin barrier, so other ingredients are going to work well, and it allows a result like that. Like, this is unreal. She was in tears. She literally, she's friends and family with us, so we were all on Zoom call with her, and she was in tears with the result, how it changed her life. We don't inject these exosomes. Please don't go rogue off label if you all want to. I'll tell you why, because they are very potent. Like I said, 33 million exosomes in this vial. They're stable, they're active. We've not done the number, we don't know. Like, we learned 33 million is our Goldilocks dose for topical use. It's not too little, it's not too much, it's just right. Too much genetic material can be a bad thing. Not enough genetic material is a waste of your money. So we took the time and figured it out. But they're so potent and so active. We don't want you guys to be the guinea pigs or your patients. Right? We don't know what happens when we inject this, so we don't inject it. Okay, so I get a lot of questions here too about our competitors, and really the best way that I can sum it up is like a stable.
Tropicana juice versus.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a lot of pulp or no pulp?
I hope there's pulp.
Yeah,
Those are
that's
fresh oranges.
We can get it at the grocery store. The whole non-damage exosome is a good exosome. They will work. But when they're overly processed, it's just not the same. Like, I'm sure we've all had OJ at some point in our lives that came out of the can and then fresh squeeze, and like, there's no comparison. They're very different. So that's really like the difference here.
Also, I get a lot of questions about PDGF in an exosome. So there's a company out there who shall remain nameless because I'm live streaming on YouTube. Platelet-derived growth factor inside of their exosome. It's not a real exosome, it's a synthetic exosome. Growth factors are really good. They work. They're here for a reason. They've been on the market. If we didn't have skin medicals growth factors, the market for exosome wouldn't even exist today. So we know that they work, that they're good. But they target like a few things and then they're done. So the way that I like to explain this is if you go to the orchestra and you hear the symphony, like you hear a beautiful song because you have all of your major groups contributing to that. So you have the strings, you have the percussion, you have the winds, you have everything playing their part with a beautiful outcome. So if you have a growth factor, you have like one or two of the groups. So it's not as complete of a puzzle. So you get some regeneration, but not like the total profile, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna pause for more questions before I switch gears kind of. No? Come on. Okay.
Whenever we get to the press. As a protocol, you mix all three and what's up?
I mean, you can do what you want. That one, when you mix all three of those, that's why I gave them to you guys, because you'll have an amazing result. So we did a pilot study with Dr. Diane because we were so close to this for so long, developing the product, and we're like, we need to make sure that we're not the only ones that are like seeing result. You know, when you're so close to it and it's your baby and you're like, this is amazing, and then someone else is like, what do you mean? So we wanted to really torture test what we were starting to see. So we partnered with Dr. Diane in Chicago, and he did a basic pilot study for us, 10 people, and we did 5 patients who had a CO2 laser treatment and 5 patients who did not, but we wanted to see what the exosome was going to do. So again, conservative before and afters. She was a CO2 patient who noticed improvement in volume, improvement in redness. She was very happy, but this is the one that I like to show. So she didn't have any laser treatment at all. She just used her exosome twice a day for the treatment period. And if you look at day 28 versus day 0, there's a big difference. So big, again, big for me. Where's my mouse? Here we go, okay. So you see around her eyes that there's revolumization starting to happen.
Yeah,
For sure. If you look at her lip line, you can start to see revolumization around her lips. You can start to see her skin lifting. And what it showed us was that the exosome is doing what it says it will do. It's causing regeneration in skin. It happens fast, but you don't need a treatment for the exosome to get into the skin. And that was kind of like, for us, the shock, because common school of thought was like, you have to create the channel. The exosome has to get in the skin somehow. But exosomes are so tiny, they're nano-sized. I will get you the number, I promise you. They are nano-sized, so they can cross into the skin. But what's beautiful about the exosome is that you don't have to have the exosome get to the dermis to have like a dermal effect, because it's all done, it's lock and key, it's self-signaling. These are like signal messages. And so we were very pleased to see that it was working. So I'll shift gears a little bit into PDRN. Please don't ask me how we get the salmon sperm out.
Hi.
I was literally about to ask that, like, how are y'all getting this?
On the video show. Dr. Subio.
Lindsey changed my life when she showed me Dr. Subio's video.
Oh, I showed it to you too?
Yeah.
That's one of the next ones.
I opened it up. I make all the students watch it. Just like break it up a little bit. I still don't know the answer.
Nobody knows.
Okay.
Farm-raised salmon or wild-caught salmon?
One. It is wild-caught salmon that I know. It's
Are they still alive? Like, okay.
Otherwise, it'd be dead.
Oh.
They don't fill out a questionnaire.
I don't know. I wish I knew, but we treat it similarly. Like it's not human, so it doesn't require quite the care to get it out, I guess, and to keep it stable in a bottle to get a result. But we do keep it clean. This poor girl, she's not imagining. You have to watch the video. Okay. Can you show the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
saw
saw
it.
you have to.
Oh, they all saw it.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, I showed it to the students.
Okay, got it.
I'll pull it up on a break.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we do remove like any excess solvents and things like this. We try to keep it as clean as we can to get it out. It is done in a cold process to preserve the integrity of it. PDRN is amazing for a multitude of reasons. Like I will always favor a human exosome because if you want regeneration, human is best. But if you look at the DNA profile of the salmon, it's 95% the same as a human, which means your human cells are going to mostly recognize like salmon protein and be able to use it and run with it. So you will get regeneration, but one of the things that PDRN is super good at, it has an affinity for two pathways. It has the DNA salvage pathway and the A2 pathway, which are very closely related to wound healing, you get better collagen, more vascularization, and it makes it stellar for acne scars. So this one is, yeah, that's the one I like to show. That was 5 sessions, 0.5 to 1 millimeter depth. That was not done with this pen. This was done with needles, microneedling pen. And 4 weeks apart, and you see a big difference. So usually if that patient presented to you guys, what would you do?
CO2.
CO2 laser, you'd fill them in maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did that with very strong needling and PDRN. That's the power of PDRN. Because it targets those two pathways. So like I said, the exosomes are a symphony. They're gonna up and down regulate until you get homeostasis. So you get improvement in scarring, but the PDRN targets what helps the scar. That's the difference. It's good for pores, it's good for oil, hyperpigmentation.
How do we know it's not just 5 sessions of microneedling?
I-
Is that do the same?
But here's this is what I think is happening. We didn't go very deep. Like 0.5 to 1, like if you have scars like that, you've gotta get in there, right? So like, I don't think that 1 millimeter depth of needle is gonna revise those scars. So that's why we do that. If we went 2 millimeters of depth, she might have had a better outcome. Which kind of makes me feel bad, because she was our test monkey. Yeah. Right. So our PDRN is very pure. You saw what it can do. I'll share with you a little bit. This is Josie. She's one of our friends and family nurses that works in Ventura, California. She is an expert in regenerative aesthetics. I believe she's ahead of her time by many years. She's a nurse injector, but she has been with us since the beginning, also working with our products in the clinic, and she uses our exosomes for different things. So I just wanted to share her experiences. I have her permission to share this. She has started adding exosomes into everything, which didn't make sense to a lot of people because she does mostly injections. She does a lot of Morpheus, but mostly tox and filler. So what she does is she actually creates her own cocktail and she requires everybody before she'll even inject them to have a regenerative session to start the regenerative process, and she said that she's getting better results from that. So for her, let me show you. She is, I'll come back and go through this, but this is her microinfusion treatment. She'll do a CC of our she blends it in with 10 units of tox, 0.5 ml of our skin lift, which are synthetic peptides, and a milliliter of our glutathione. She does 1 treatment every 3 months. And she charges $450 for this treatment, and she said that it really helps the result, but also the return visit. You know, she uses fillers. Don't shoot me if I get it wrong. It's by Filora, but there's a specific filler, but she gets like 2 years duration for a lot of her clients with that. So she needs a reason for them to come back. This is one of the things that she's using.
What's the skin lift?
Skin Lift is a peptide solution that we have. I'll take you through it a little bit later. I have it here. Okay, so we can talk about money. The exosome market size is pretty big. It's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. It's one of the reasons why we really wanted to do things properly with our products, just to make sure that you've got something safe and that you're going to love. Right now, it is growing. We're expecting it to hit 300 million by 2030, just in one product, just like in clinic exosome. You guys, this country will be seeing 300 million by 2030 with a 23% CAGR. I'll come back to this. Hold on. So when you're using exosomes and PDRN, the idea is that you can use it to turn anything that you're doing in your clinic regenerative. So if you're doing regular facials, chemical peels, you guys are doing PCA, microneedling, tattoo removal, tox, Morpheus, anything you do can become regenerative because these vials are designed to be used as like a consumable, right? If you're pricing them properly and using them properly, like that adds a lot of money to your top line every year. So people ask us a lot recommended pricing. What you see in front of you is an average. By no means do you have to use these numbers. It depends on your demographic. But for example, if you're going to use these during treatment, so any microneedling, anything where you're infusing it during the treatment, we recommend $300 per treatment for the exosome, $250 per treatment on the PDRN. If you're using it afterwards, so if you are using lasers, RF microneedling, if you put the heat to this exosome, the exosome will be done. You're wasting the product because the heat will annihilate the exosome. So you gotta put it on after. We're seeing this as an average. We're actually seeing this recommendation in some cases come down just a little bit, just because the cost of those treatments are higher. So again, it depends on your patients, and we have clinics in California who triple that with no issue. It depends where you are, but that's what we're still seeing kind of like on the average. So to answer your question on price, the exosomes are $6.99 per box. There are 5 vials in the box. There are 2 treatments per vial, so you have 10 treatments per box. So it's about $70 your cost per treatment, right? So at those numbers that I showed you before,
So one vial is 2 treatments?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's good, once you open it, how long is it good for?
2 days.
You gotta line them up.
You gotta line them up, or send it home with the client, is the channels that you're creating with the treatment are gonna stay open for about 24 hours. Yeah. PDRN $585 for the box. And same thing, you might actually get 15 treatments out of the PDRN if you do the protocol that I'm gonna share with you. You get, because 3 ml and you're gonna use about a cc per treatment.
So, and that's also good for 2 days?
Good for much longer. It's just the exosome, the human.
Okay.
The reason why with the exosome is that we don't over-preserve it.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to damage the exosome, so we don't want anything to start growing on you. We've tested it, nothing grew, but I don't want it to grow on you. Because things happen, we don't want that to happen. So even if you look at like one treatment, so if you're—
Face only, not hair though, right?
Can do hair too.
You can?
Mhm.
So
You're
you
gonna use more.
can create channels and then put.
We have really good success, maybe not for like full head spots, using our pen and our exosome to regrow our hair. It's awesome. That was actually a surprise for us too. We were developing hair with our exosome with other things like—
You can't mix it with PRP. That's you can't?
but if you're injecting the PRP, you cannot. So the way we do that, if you're gonna, let's say there's a bald spot, you're injecting PRP here on the periosteum, you would needle in the exosome after that. You're not gonna mix the exosome with the PRP and inject it at the same time.
So, but you could inject the PRP in the scalp and then you could put the microneedling and then you
The
put it
exosome
on
itself.
top.
Amazing result. Amazing result.
I was under the impression you can't do both of this.
So what you're running into is like every company has their own thing, depending on their own product.
Same thing with the face, you do the PRP and the.
As long as you're not injecting this exosome, that's our rule. Outside of that,
Just
keep it topical.
because then you're infringing on the FDA, because they don't want you foreign tissue going inside the body.
And
It's
rightfully
topical.
so. Rightfully so.
Yeah,
I mean,
But when you offer the treatment, what's your, like, consent, you know, because you can't say this is indicated for whatever, it's like experimental only, right? How do you not get in trouble with FDA?
it's a topical treatment.
Topical.
Yeah, topical. It's cosmetic. We don't make any claims.
Okay.
Like you see what you see here, but on this box, like it's
Right.
water. It doesn't say anything. Pure exosomes. I have another open box. I have an open box somewhere. It doesn't say much. It says powered by pure
A lot of people are
technology.
offering it, but, you know, I've heard that some people have gotten in trouble.
You gotta be really
Right.
careful. But here are these claims. The pure exosomes to regenerate skin, refine the complexion, and enhance skin's youthful appearance. I'm not saying anything. Everything does that. Shampoo does that to your hair. So you have to be careful. The one that just got in trouble was the one on their website saying the medicalized version of that.
Is it Chimera?
They might have been using those products, but it was a clinic that were making claims and they got in big trouble, right? So you just have to, you can say regenerative, it's rejuvenating, it's topical use only, it's a treatment enhancement. That's it. That's it. That's it. So I'm gonna pause and take a break for a few minutes. If anybody's thirsty, wants coffee, if everybody.
How come it's so much cheaper than, because when you buy the other ones, you know, from these guys, they want to sell you for $500 for one bottle. It's just really cheap.
You're dealing
Doesn't
with
mean
it.
it's not as good. No.
This is, I would say, take this to my grave. This is the best exosome available. But we are.
That's what everybody else says.
I know, but this is.
I don't know, like, I can't, you know.
Well,
There's no one done any studies, right? There's
we've
no,
done time and we're getting ready.
but no head-to-head, no comparison.
Comparison. Oh yeah, like we just
You have
showed.
that data, sure?
I can't share it till January.
In January, again.
We can't share. I know, very soon. We're gonna present it at the INCAS in Paris, but the studies that we're publishing are the first of their kind.
And what's the comparison with all the other players in the market? I think there's like 5 or 6.
There are many, but we went deep on cell type, source type, and what does it do? Is it safe? What are the effects?
Now they're selling plant exosomes. That is market.
They're not bad. We have a good one too. They do, they don't work the same way as exosome.
I think they work well with plants.
Yeah, so let's take 10, and then we'll come back and we'll get back into the nanotech.
How do we open that bottle? There's a. And it's for mine.
If I can pause it or not.
How are you, Raj? Nice to meet you.
Y'all can ask questions on there. I'm trying to see how to pause it, but I don't know if I can. I don't think I can.
I don't think we can pause a live stream. Yeah, it's just fine.
It's fine. We're
Hi.
gonna take a break.
Hi, Cheryl. Yeah, it's weird. Hi. I don't know how to. There we go. That's a good angle.
You sure? There you go.
We're on a break. Oh, no, you can't see it. Never mind.
Okay, next one. You sure?
Potty break
Thanks for here.
time.
Oh, yeah.
We have more cups, we have more plates, we have more snacks.
There we go. We get you.
I'll show you something.
Sure, sounds great. Oh, yeah. Oh,
There we go.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, oh.
That was what you
Okay.
used. Hi, oh my God.
You shall rush. You shall live. Rush. Everybody. extremely uncomfortable.
It's like, everything in our class. It was like, she's a scientist. I was like, listening. It's like, look.
It was work, but I wanted to know why it would work.
And then, short sentence forward for some. Ooh, right, I like that. Right. Oh my God.
Right next to the hospital, so the main hospital on the left is everyone. No, this is,
I know.
So it's also in that's what I'm trying to get all this. But I did some courses, National Laser Institute, yeah, and then, but I was doing it in my clinic. National Laser, I think it's cheesy, it's not very good for her. I don't think it's, like, when I did it, it was good, but now that I, look at the whole thing, it's substandard. That's my impression. I think it's good to learn something. Like I learned lips and I did it, and the person did not look like
I
like
get the same.
I know we
They did
were
not
not
sell
classes.
and they didn't do anything that.
It's the same.
But I want to do everything, so I'm excited about this whole thing. I think the CO2 is really big. Okay, yeah, that's it. But now it's surface.
Yes,
Surface, but it's like 200 pounds. How much would it feel? Because it's brand new, it's got the multi. Korea, that's it. Korea.
I think as we go.
It only works well on, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. But, oh yeah, I'm sure. Yes, I can leave it.
I feel like that works better, because then it
Okay, so.
So every time I'm working out,
I want to get one.
Yeah, exactly. Leave it for tomorrow.
This is like a version of.
Okay. How did he this whole thing down? Like some shower. Look at her face. She said, stop talking to me. I want to miss the background. They're like, don't pause. Well, I'm gonna have cake first. There's cake. Coming back.
How did you get interested in this?
This is kind of like very.
Nice to meet you. I heard good things about you. That's it. Now I was asking her, I had some staff people who want to learn all this stuff. Last month, it's a great one. Right now, I'm graduate, but it's about next month. Yeah, I'm a lot of the tourists, they're all in my house. I do, I've been doing the injectables for a few years. Well, right now, so I bought the CO2, I bought the Barcel, I bought the IPL, I bought the Social, I bought the HIFO, I bought the. Because it's my first time. They're all the I'm like, that's super hot. If I love it, then it's gonna be lovely. Yeah. Yeah, so she was working for yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna, so one of them is already, I need awesome character later. So I think that's one.
I'll make sure that property. So it's how I go back. Oh, I have
I think I was hearing, I was what, 13.
How long is it? Well, that's.
I mean, there, you know, there's a so I see,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh.
Yes.
No, I have.
How did I do that? So I was sitting right then, like 5 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, there we go.
Did they get hands up? Okay. That's. Yeah. So how'd you start with this?
Nursing
No, I didn't.
At the water, like this.
It's product management.
Yeah, you were in here.
Hi guys, we're almost back on. I'm gonna present for like 5 more minutes and then we'll do some demos.
These are such a great story. These awesome. No, I like it. It's different. You get the life. I started, so we moved to press.
2 more minutes.
Dos
minutes.
Yeah, I'll send you, do you have it?
Sorry. I had a little, I don't know, I love sweets and I love things, but tasty, I'm just not.
These are like the best.
But you also make it, do this. Yeah.
You have no year.
It's music therapy.
Oh, okay, right.
So I'll probably be in this for the next 3 years.
I put that in front, so it's like, at least looking at that. During the like intermission. I'll put it up now.
Yeah, we do the demos, it makes sense.
We can talk more first.
Yeah. Talk for like 5 more minutes and then.
Okay. We can open it. Okay, we're gonna start back up. There we go. Dr. Katie, hi.
TCA and iodic acid and iodine.
Okay, here we go.
Okey-dokey. All right, we're gonna keep moving. Moving on. All right, so earlier I showed a couple of things. I showed our exosomes, our PDRN, some of our before and afters. And the exosome photos that you saw were actually done with what we call our Preime nanotap pen. So this is essentially microneedling without microneedling. We're going to show you the video, and then we're going to do some demos. Oops, why isn't this playing? Here we go. This is a balloon filled with water, and the pen is tapping and putting a hole in the balloon that the water can leak out, but the balloon is not popping, and that's essentially what it's doing to your skin. So it's creating a microchannel that we can super infuse the regenerative actives, but it's not necessarily causing pinpoint bleeding, and you're not using a needle. So the benefit of this are that you don't need any numbing, and there's really no downtime. So all of your staff can do it. That's huge. That's huge. And you're still getting the result. So here's the transparency about the pen is, even though the pen says it goes up to about 2.5, you're gonna ask, yeah, the pen goes up to about 2.5. I've seen it kind of max out at about 1.5 millimeters depth, right? So if you have a patient presenting where you know like you really need like deep needles, this pen probably isn't gonna replace that, but it will do everything else. And it's really good. We're seeing it be used for a lot of revenue generation, to prep for treatments, to maintain between treatments, if you're doing laser or Morpheus, something like this. And again, you can have any of your staff do it safely. And it's a way, like the way that we position it is that you're using it to always super infuse regenerative actives. So this becomes regenerative nanoneedling, essentially. So I'm gonna take you quickly through the protocol that I'm gonna show. Maybe if I remember the slide. I did not remember the slide. Sure, lucky. It's okay, I'm gonna talk you through it. So I have a model who's going to graciously come and let me work on her face. If you wanna come over here. And then you guys can come and watch what we're gonna do. Okay.
No, you can't. I'll turn the light on. Sherry, let me get an updated photo too. Okay. I'm sorry, I just lay down. I just want to get an updated photo because yeah. Bingo. Okay. Since you're here, that way we can compare.
Just need another.
So I've already drawn up what I'm going to use. I'm going to start with your exosome, and then I'll put a layer of PDRN and then a bit of glutathione. Are you allergic to anything?
No.
Okay. She already said she has a really strong pain tolerance,
I do.
but this pen wouldn't necessarily hurt her. I'm just using an alcohol wipe.
Oh, I should say I'm allergic to sulfa drugs. I worry about that once after. That's it, but it wouldn't be relevant here.
Right, no worries. I'm good with that. I have the same allergy, by the way.
Oh.
And recently, I'm allergic to crab.
Oh. That's crabby.
You need to watch out for all chitins. Yeah.
Oh,
That was brand new, came out of nowhere.
It's amazing that happens and we don't know why.
You can actually see it okay now.
44 years old, and I'm having like.
You should have had that since you
Yeah, I
were
might.
10 years old.
Hey, crap, my entire life. Grew up in Florida.
Aw.
Had it in New York.
Jeez. Yeah.
Throat shut.
I keep meeting more and more people that are getting that alpha gal from the ticks.
The what?
Alpha gal from the ticks. You get allergic to meat.
Ticks?
Ticks.
Where are they getting the ticks?
In a caving group that I belong to in the woods on the way to the caves.
I'm confused.
Ticks, like that bite you, they carry a disease along with, Lyme. Everybody's familiar with Lyme
Like
disease.
Lyme disease.
But there's another one called alpha gal. Makes you allergic to meat.
Hmm.
Are you allergic?
Makes you allergic to meat, yeah. Yeah.
So you quit going to caves?
No, I still go to caves, but I do wear, insect repellent.
Cave
All right, so
protection.
this tip is really easy to use. So just pull the top off. You
They're not
can
in the-
set the depth and the speed. I'm gonna start off at just like a 0.5 because I've never seen her skin before. And I start off on a low speed. But you can see, hold on. I think how I have it. There we go. Okay.
0.5 millimeters? Yes?
Yes. Now, I've already drawn out, as I said, the active. This is the pure exosome that I'm going to use. And I'm just going to do a few drops at a time for glide. And go section by section. This is not like true microneedling in the sense that you can only do like one pass or two passes. How does that feel?
Oh, just like something vibrating against me.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Did you do HA, just topical to glide and then put the exosome after?
Yep. We could. There's really no rule. Like, this makes me sound very sarcastic when I say it like this, but the truth is, like, just get it on the skin.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. It's really like,
I got it.
oh, she's bleeding a little bit. How do you feel?
I feel okay.
Okay. Does it hurt?
No, I mean, I can feel it a little bit, but it's not like,
Do you count the number of passes or you just guess?
It's not about guessing. Like, here, I want to see this just kind of like uniform, kind of like erythema, and I know that I can move on. You can go multiple passes with this.
And you're saying it won't go to 2?
It will go to 2, but I don't think it actually goes to 2. I think it caps out at about 1.5.
I will say that 1.5 was a bear for me, so I don't know. You're saying that's a little bit gentler feel? Like it's not so hard?
I mean, she's chilling. I'm not going that deep yet, but
And that's at what?
this is
Right now?
0.5.
0.5? Oh. Oh.
She's getting a bit of bleeding. Did you bleed before when you had your skin pin?
I don't know. You'd have to ask. I don't think so.
I don't think so,
No.
but we numb our skin prior to.
Was it just topical?
Yes.
No, but that's not gonna stop any penetration of anything, is it? The topical? Because it
You
gets
gotta
into the
clean it off
skin.
real good.
Yeah.
You have to clean it off really well, which is why like this, we don't have to use numbing. So the exosome can go straight in.
Tell me again what the nanometers were. I was on the live and I missed it.
Oh, you were?
Yes. I was the one who
Hey.
said leave it on for the background photo.
Did
That
you
was me.
like see my face all up in the camera?
did.
Oh gosh, that's terrifying.
No, you're fine.
This was at a 0.5. I just took it down a little bit
Yeah.
for no other reason than we're demoing and we're getting a bit of bleeding. Honestly, all my time of working with this pen, this is the first time I'm seeing bleeding. So I just don't want to give her a lot of downtime.
Is it conical?
I think that the pressure on my forehead, you had maybe a little more pressure than you do now. I mean, I know you turned it down, but
I
I think,
turned it down.
yeah.
I used to nano and I had to come down to 0.2 or 0.3 for forehead and for right across the high cheekbone, or else they would critique it.
Cool.
Because this here, you can't even tell at all.
Yeah, I am
that
gonna go
it's-
deeper when I go back over your cheek. I'm just trying to get the exosome in right now. That's my goal. And then I'm gonna do a layer of PDRN when we're done.
Yeah, right now it just feels like I have a Sonic hair toothbrush against my face. You do.
That's exactly what I'm
Right.
doing.
Oh,
It was mine from this morning.
oh, great, thank you.
I love her. I'm glad you're here in person and not on screen.
Which exosome are you using now?
Our pure exosome.
Pure, okay.
Just plain, no cysteamine, nothing for hyperpigmentation. Just really looking to get our exosome into her skin and jumpstart that regeneration process. And then we'll go with some PDRN. Her skin is gonna love that PDRN. It's loving the exosome too. You can see how it's absorbing nicely.
You're just doing alcohol prep?
Yeah. If it were my treatment room,
I'm
I
sorry?
said if it were my treatment room, we would have.
Right, you're not in a cockpit, I got it.
Yes.
Thanks for everything, everything in its place.
There you go. And I have more than one pen, and I have plenty of product. If anybody wants to try the pen, we can set up, and I can walk you through it. Get your hands on it.
Do you know what what's the word for it, the number of stamps per second, whatever that word is, no?
I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. This is the first time I've been asked it, but I will get you an answer. I owe some answers today. There's no needle.
The conical,
No
how many
needle.
cones on one
I
pad?
think it's 16.
So typically.
Just
in
creating
nano-
channel. That's all.
Yeah, typically with nano, it's essentially like a metal to potent. So in massage, it's right? So that's what essentially what it's doing, and that some studies show, and I don't know what the studies are on this pen yet, some studies show that when they do that, it does
Go a
kind
little
of
deeper
bump the
energy.
stratum, like the topmost cells kind of out of the way for a temporary long amount of time. It kind of loosens the cellular glue for just a moment. After
Like
you do
pressure
it,
relief.
yeah, and it kind of,
Vascular.
yeah. It's kind of like how you can turn sand into quicksand if you do it right. Kind of like that.
How's it feel?
Feels good.
How did that water seep out of the balloon with the deposit top?
I mean, it's not AI. I don't really know.
Again, it's just that it's just how quick it's tapping. It's moving the molecules aside. It's giving it a wiggle.
Interesting. They showed that earlier though with the balloon.
So that was a cc of exosome, and I still have one left. I drew out 2, right? So you can kind of see, like, you get a nice glide. If you wanted to do only an exosome treatment, you could finish this vial, or you could do her neck and her décolleté.
Those before and after pictures were done with this pen or with an actual
The
microneedling pen?
exosome ones were this pen. The PDRN ones were with a needling pen.
What is the retail of this one?
Both.
MSRP.
Of this pen, well, we don't sell it retail, we sell it to the clinic. And I think it lists at $9.95, but it's often on sale.
And as far as like, obviously it's cordless, so do you have backup batteries that come with it and
No,
charging cord?
charging cord, yes. Backup battery, no. You get a good 6 hours out of one charge. Yeah.
Can it work if you're plugging it in at the same time
Mhm.
using it?
Yeah.
Is it the strongest when you do it that way?
I haven't noticed a change. You might.
I know sometimes when they're battery powered and then you plug them directly in,
Yeah.
so they will all of a sudden
Yeah.
get a lot more power.
I didn't notice a huge difference because I did that on an SOS situation because I thought I charged it and it was the
Exactly.
plug. It was the plug that you have to turn on the light switch and I didn't. So I'm thinking it's charging. Oh no, this is so embarrassing because I was in front of like 100 people. So I plugged it in and I didn't notice a difference. But that also could have been me in like high adrenaline panic mode. All right, I'm gonna switch to PDRN now. All right, she's doing great. So this is 0.75 I'm doing on her forehead right now. She's not flinching.
Wow.
That's the difference with needles and like
No, no.
channel. You know what I mean?
She did have something on the other side?
Yeah, a little bit right there.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen it. Not that it's a bad thing. Just the first time
That's
I've seen
awesome.
it.
I want to see that.
That part.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
That's how you know it's working.
So now I'm going with a layer of PDRN. So to me, this is the best of all worlds when you can get exosomes and PDRN in the same treatment. This is going to really depend on how you're pricing these things and what your patient base is willing to really spend. But if you're able to make it economically feasible for your clinic, I would do both.
What is she going to notice
She's,
2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now, her skin is going to be glowing like crazy, which is why people love like anything with microneedles. But she's going to notice her pores are going to appear firmer, her lines will improve, and she's going to start to see laxity improvement big time. Yeah.
What is the series recommendation on it?
Every 4 weeks, series of 3 to 6, depending on the need for her. I'd give her 6. If you're in between laser treatments, I would do a series of 3. Just depends on what you want to achieve. But you can just do these. I mean, the reality is you can put people once a month on this perpetually, and if they're willing to be that dedicated to their skin, they're always going to have a benefit. But if you are on a corrective pathway with your patient, you need at least 3, and you don't need to go beyond 6.
So histologically, you're going to see an increase in thickness of the epidermis.
Stratum corneum will regulate and thin out. Epidermal thickness will improve. Dermal thickness will be noticeably thicker. You will notice revolumization because the exosome will target the fibroblasts, and the exosomes are known for creating fundamental substance. So you get just a lot of like natural HA and the
So you see an
glycosaminoglycans.
increase in fibroblasts.
I think you'll see increase in fibroblast activity. We believe that exosomes, especially our exosome, can increase maybe the number of fibroblasts, but we haven't proven that yet, so I don't want to say it. What we do know is that fibroblast health regenerates, so you're getting higher quality collagen, probably great
So you
elastic
increase the
production.
collagen production even if you don't increase the fibroblast number.
Right.
Okay.
Good quality collagen, like it lays down nicely, not like fragmented. And you get that fundamental substance, so skin is just really plump, and that's why it glows more, because it's just filled with HA and it reflects the light better. So at the 2-week mark, you start to see that. At the 12-week mark, you really see that, but you got to be consistent.
And
How you
who
feeling?
can purchase this? Who can use it?
We sell it to clinics, so you don't need medical oversight for it, which is nice, because there are a lot of independent providers that can use this safely. We don't sell this like on Amazon or anything like that. So like in these vials, we do have home care that maybe at some point you can buy online. Right now we sell directly through the clinic. The home care goes home with the patient to use every day, but most of the products that we have are be used in the clinic by you guys. We, like I said, like we are very provider first here. We didn't want to sell you something that your patient can be like, that's cool, I found it 2 cents cheaper on Amazon, so I'm gonna do that. How do you feel?
Good.
This area where she's got some glycation will improve with this treatment. You can tell glycation by the texture of the lines, and the crisscross kind of texture of the lines. PDRN is going to be great for that.
I'm curious to see the results.
Maybe Lindsey will treat you again.
Yes.
Did you guys do?
Okay.
And we actually have one treatment already with our microneedling system with, I think we just used Scope on that.
How does it feel in your nose?
Not bad at all. Like it doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah. So you see what I mean? I was saying if you're going to combine actives, you're going to get a lot more treatments out of each vial. Like this is not even a half cc of PDRN that I'm using, and I'm covering her full face.
But you said that lasts for 48 hours?
The exosome does, but PDRN is 2 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years, so you don't have to worry about it. It's a fan favorite, and that's definitely one of the reasons.
What if you just use PDR by itself without the exercise?
You still have amazing regenerative.
It still helps.
It still helps. But you'll see it shine more if you're treating pores, scars, photo damage.
Acne?
Yeah, great for acne, Great for acne. PDRN is awesome for acne. You see glycation here too. Got a little bit.
I'm sure I got a little everything,
PDRN
because
is
I never had any treatments done until, last month during class was my first Botox.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you addicted now?
I loved it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Initially, I didn't want to do it, but I decided to.
Oh, once you do it,
Yeah, once you do it,
it's all over.
that's part of the reason I thought of doing it too. Yeah.
Dr. Dietrich, she's the chief of dermatology at Penn.
Now you have to detox.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she did my first Botox, and from there it was game over. I didn't need it. She drew up too much, and she was like, "Hey, you want some Botox?" I'm like, "Sure." And I'm like, what is this magic? I was like 28. That's so true. And I was like, "It's free? What?" Thank you. So this is glutathione that I'm putting on her now. In your eyes, okay, I know I'm live streaming this. Maybe Lindsey, we're gonna edit this out, but because this is gonna sound so morbid. But I often tell the CEO of our company, I'm like, if you still know me when I pass away, like you better make sure that glutathione is in my casket. Like it is coming with me all the way to the grave. It is a product that is not expensive to add to your treatments. It does exactly what you think it would do. It's a super antioxidant. It's very brightening, very restorative and healing to skin. But once you start using it, you will have a trained eye and you will notice when you used it and when you didn't. This is a do not sleep on SKU. Like buy it and use it. Your patients will thank you. It's so good. And it doesn't smell. So sometimes glutathione gets like a sulfury kind of smell. Our Pure Bright, the exosome you saw with the cysteamine, that one does smell. Cysteamine smells. But it's, if you tell your patient what to expect, they should be fine.
But if you did the glutathione IV, you wouldn't, and then you just did the pen, you wouldn't notice a big difference.
I mean, I'm the one that thinks I take a vitamin today and woke up tomorrow 10 times looking better. So
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm the one that asked that, but you will notice it topically.
Work out, I gotta work out the cake and see.
So how do you feel?
It feels fine. There's very little residual sensation. I feel like maybe like the mildest of burning sensations up near my hairline, which is maybe where you saw the bleeding. I don't know, but nothing and that's if I just have to analyze
What
it.
depth do you have it on now?
0.75.
So a little deeper for the glutathione?
Well, I started gentle because I've never touched her, and I wanted to see what would happen, and we saw what would happen. So I knew, okay, I'm not gonna just like turn the pen all the way up because I don't want her to have a lot of downtime. So I need her to like me when she leaves. But if she hadn't had that pinpoint bleeding, I would have gone deeper. But I still want her to have a great treatment, so that's why I picked 0.75 as like a nice middle ground. But she's not off the table. There was no numbing. You can see the skin is absorbing these products really well. She looks great. And if you track her results, you'll see. They're great. All right.
If this is a percussion, how does the depth really change? Is it more percussion, more?
I think it's a faster speed and more percussion, probably. I don't,
Like,
to be honest with you, I don't really
Two
know.
setting changes you can make on it, or just one?
Depth and speed.
Right, so the depth, it lifts or lowers the actual platform, right? So if you think about the pad, when you reduce your depth, it lifts it up into the tip so that less of the condyles can reach the skin. So that's how you can adjust the depth, and it's not.
I'm thinking of like a deep tissue massage versus shiatsu, or
Like the same as needles. Like if
Yes,
they're coming out, they're just coming out one.
Yeah.
I'm just adding a little extra PDRN.
Okay.
How's it feel?
Feels good.
And that's it. So don't wash your face
Okay.
until the morning because you want these actives to really like do what they do.
Okay.
right, so
You
we,
see all these injections of PDRN in the face and got these blebs. That's off label, I would assume.
that's off label, that's off label.
But you could.
If you're gonna, if you're gonna go rogue with
Yeah,
one of our things, go rogue with the PDRN.
yeah. That's the least.
Set.
You look great.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so
And then the aftercare is just the typical microneedling sunscreen and.
Don't wash your face for 12 hours.
you can wash in the morning. Cool, so we can now do, I have, like I said, multiple pens. If you guys want to get your hands on, we can do that. And that's it. With the demos, then we'll be finished.
Who wants to try it?
Definitely want to look at the pen.
Yeah.
Before, let me.
I want you to do it on my face.
Okay.
I want to do
That will conclude for
it.
today.
I want to get a microneedling.
Let's do it.